Hi guys, I hope you're doing very well and practicing radical self-care. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself. I hope that you are getting exercise, eating very healthy. I hope that you're getting therapy, specifically trauma therapy if you can. Super important. It's so important that you do self-care, and it's very hard when you're getting out of a relationship with a narcissist, or you're still in a relationship with a narcissist, or somebody that has highly narcissistic traits or toxic person. It's very hard to focus on yourself and to do self-care, but it's really important that you do. Nutrition, exercise, health, financial life, like all of it. It's very important that you focus on your self-care. And I know that it's very easy or difficult to do when you get out of these relationships, because you're trying to understand what's happened, you're trying to heal, you're in a state of trauma, you might have symptoms of complex PTSD, and it's very difficult. But focus on you. Focus on you. Get the focus off of them onto you. In this video, what I'm going to talk about is a kind of a sort of simple way to understand narcissism. A lot of this comes from Dr. Craig Malcolm from Harvard University. He wrote a book called Rethinking Narcissism. And so a lot of this content is sort of from reading his book and understanding how he sort of quantifies it. And he talks about the 3 E's, which is entitlement, exploitation, and empathy impairment. And, essentially you can kind of look at narcissism as like, it's an addiction to feeling unique, or to feeling special, or to getting sort of adulation and, validation. It's an addiction to external validation and feeling special, right? So a lot of times what happens in these families is they grow up in these families, and their emotional needs are not met. They are starved. They often come from very cold, emotionally unavailable parents, and so their emotional needs are not being met. So they don't have anyone to turn to depend on emotionally. They may have their physical needs met. They may have food and shelter, maybe very nice shelter, maybe very nice food, but they're typically coming from these families that have emotional poverty or emotional starvation. Cold, detached, distant parents, pretty common. Perfectionistic parents, right? So they grow up in these families. They do not feel that they can be their true selves and depend on, others to meet their needs. So in lieu of having their emotional needs nourished and met, what they end up doing is they end up getting sort of substituting that for feeling special. So it's almost like an addiction to feeling special or superior, or just particularly, I can't think of the right word, but just feeling, addiction to feeling better than, special, unique. They're so unique, right? And so the way that they get that need met is multiple different ways. They can get it through, through sex. They can get it through, outside accomplishments, academic accomplishments. They can get it through, attaining, high accolades in a business or a job. It's pretty common for narcissists to actually be quite successful. They could be movie stars, rock stars, politicians, because, if you have this drive in you to, need to feel special or superior or exceptional, then you might do things to, feed that drive, right? So think of it as like an addiction to, to feeling special, to being validated, to getting external validation, instead of, being able to meet their own emotional needs, or being able to turn to another human being to meet their emotional needs. And again, the 3 E's that Craig Malcolm talks about: entitlement. They're very entitled, so the rules do not apply to them. So they may have the rule that you don't cheat on them, right? Because God forbid anyone cheat on them, but the rule doesn't apply to them. So it's okay for them to cheat on you because they are special. They're different. They're unique, right? They will, lie, cheat, steal, whatever they need to do to get this need, this addiction to feeling special met. So that entitlement is they're entitled to special treatment, right? And then exploitation is they will exploit anyone and everyone to get that need met. And so they use people it's a transactional relationship. Like, so they're never, going to people sort of, for reciprocity and this mutual love and caring. It's all transactional. It's the narcissist is interested in how you make them look and what you do for them, right? And it's a very one-sided relationship. It's non-reciprocal. And that can be confusing because, especially if you're with a covert narcissist in the beginning, either type can love bomb you and they can make it look like they're really giving you a lot in the beginning, but then they start to breadcrumb and then they devalue, and then it's very, very one-sided. So there we go, the entitlement and the exploitation, and then there's the empathy impairment. And, it is a misnomer, I believe. It's not that they have zero empathy. Like, some narcissists can actually show some cognitive empathy, and they can even have times where I think they do show some emotional empathy, but it's very sort of transactional. Like, they'll do it when it suits them, right? So it's very performative, and I'm not sure how genuine it really is, but I think that they do have some cognitive empathy, and in the beginning of the relationship, they can definitely feign empathy for you, because I don't think if, a lot of us, if we got with them and they was just like obviously devoid of empathy, we probably wouldn't continue the relationship. So yeah, the 3 E's, entitlement, exploitation, and empathy impairment. And then it's an addiction to feeling special, to feeling unique, to, being put on a pedestal, and the rules do not apply to them. So I hope this was helpful for you in spotting some of those red flags to run away from, because you do not want to find yourself in a relationship with one of these people, because they are essentially vampires. They will suck you dry of everything, money, anything they can extract from you and leave you like an empty husk, they will do that. So not a healthy relationship to be in. Hope you guys are doing really well, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.